Did you get a sense from the judge that he was perturbed a bit, that this apparently started out as a corruption investigation and ended up as income tax evasion? So is it a corruption story or not?
Well, that's what he said. That was a bit of frustration, he said. He said that there were abuses of the public trust that took place here that were not prosecuted, essentially, is what he said. He said what happened was that Poole got what the judge referred to alternately as bribes or tips for these transactions, and that the people who were providing this never came up in court before. They were never prosecuted. They were clearly interviewed. Several of them testified to the State Board of Elections in the Easley investigation, but no one is essentially paying a penalty for all of this, that they're simply walking away free. And Judge Boyle was very upset about that. He clearly was hoping that someone else would be brought in the dock besides Mr. Poole. He was very happy, I think, to send us Mr. Poole, but he would love to have had some company as well.
Now, this deal that Ruffin Poole had negotiated, the plea, evidently was done with the expectation that he was going to be providing information on probably a number of people, but among them, former Governor Mike Easley. It turns out that Mike Easley, in a completely separate investigation having to do with a variety of things, ends up with a $1,000 fine. So it seems kind of like a big disparity there. The aide gets federal prison. The former governor gets a $1,000 fine?
Yeah, that is something, again, that was not exactly pleasing to a lot of people who were involved in investigating this case. What the prosecutor said all along was that corruption cases are very difficult to prove. If you can persuade one juror that person is not guilty, you lose the case, and sometimes they would rather take a conviction that they can guarantee, even for a very minor offense, than go through the time, trouble, and expense of a trial that's always uncertain.